Disclaimer. This build is far from being budget friendly, but I'm here to show you the best builds in-game without exceptions. That doesn't mean it's not working properly with a budget friendly gear. Recommendations for that and all kinds of questions are and will be answered on a specific thread by AhFack on the PoE forum or in the comment section of this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to not miss any new builds. Without further ado, lean back, relax and let's get started. Content Overview. This build guide contains build showcase, disclaimer, content overview, equipment, gems, jewels and abyss jewels, flasks, skill tree, ascendancy points, Pantheon Powers, Bandit choice and some gameplay footage. Equipment. Helmet. Best in slot helms for us are unique. Light poacher while running maps to help with speedy clear. A Spectral throw enchant is best for us on that helm since we're just zooming through maps clearing trash. Damage or extra projectiles would be ideal. A Starconia's head is great for bossing with either a 18% increased attack speed Ancestral Protector or 12% Blood Rage enchant. Red's Nest is technically the most damage, but having similar damage and a 100 life roll against bosses is better for the build. Main hand. In your weapon slot at endgame you want a shaped weapon in your main hand. This will act as a stat stick and provide global damage. Dagger is the best since it's the only base that can get both extra cold and extra chaos, which are the two mods that bring the most damage. The ideal prefixes in order of importance are extra cold damage, extra chaos damage, extra lightning damage and elemental penetration. You also want local global crit multiplier and increased attack speed to boost your movement skill speed. Offhand. Your shield is your actual weapon with this skill, so you want the highest armor rating possible. Colossal Tower shields offer the most armor out of all the bases. Prefixes should be all armor with suffixes being much needed resistances or any others that you might need. Body armor. For your chest you want an Elder body armor with 1.5% global base crit and as much life as you can get. Another good option for us is a 6-linked Lioness Vision for damage or a 6-linked Belly of the Beast for the life. Lioness gives us a 7-link with Pierce being another more multiplier. However, a 6-linked Rare Chest or a 6-linked Belly of the Beast is better than a 5-linked Lioness Vision. Gloves. For rare gloves, increased attack speed and dual resistances is best for us on a gripped glove space. Brimburn gloves are technically best in slot solely for damage, but otherwise bring very little to the build in terms of anything else. If you can cover life and resistances in any other gear, they are great gloves. However, for endgame I strongly recommend rare grip gloves to help fill in the holes. Boots. For boots, you want life and resistances to help balance your Wise Oak. Attack speed is best for chaining maps and 10% penetration boot enchant is best for slaying bosses. Movement speed is nice, but not entirely needed since we can use Whirling Blades. Belt. For your belt you want resistances, Hysteria penetration if possible, life and elemental damage with attack skills. Stygian Vice is obviously the best choice, so you can squeeze in a bit more life, damage, stats you might need like intelligence or strength. Amulet. Amulets hold more important global damage slots for us. Flat physical damage, elemental damage, extra chaos, cold, fire, lightning damage, increased attack speed, critical multiplier and critical strike chance. Rings. Rings are another great way to bring us global damage modifiers. Flat physical damage, elemental damage, crit multiplier, increased attack speed, accuracy, life or any other stat we might need is very important here. Gems. In our helmet for mapping we will socket faster projectile support, pierce support, fork support and an abyss jewel. In our helmet for bosses we will socket Orb of Storms, power charge and critical support, increased critical strike support and faster casting support. In our main hand we will socket Summon Ice Golem, Blood Rage and enhanced support. Run Blood Rage while mapping to keep free onslaught up through Raider Ascendancy. Enhanced level 4 isn't required, just boosts the deeps from Blood Rage nicely. Summon Ice Golem is nice for the accuracy and crit boost since we need to get as much global accuracy and crit needed as possible. In our offhand we will socket Hatred, Herald of Ash and Enlighten support. These are our main two auras linked with an Enlighten. Level 4 isn't necessary, but anything that frees up our mana is good to have. I used to run Herald of Ice, but we deal enough pure cold damage to shatter. In our body armor for mapping we will socket Spectral Shield Throw, Physical Projectile Attack Damage support, Damage on full life support, Elemental Damage with attack support, Chain support and increased critical strike support. At lower levels it seems that Fork works best, especially while using Ewa's weapon or Gloomfang Amulet. At higher levels when you're geared up, feeling comfortable and have decent gear, Chain with a rare amulet is best. In our body armor for bosses we will socket Spectral shield throw, physical projectile attack damage support, damage on full life support, elemental damage with attack support, slower projectile support and elemental focus support. In our gloves we will socket Whirling Blades, faster attack support, fortify support and blood magic support. Since we use a dagger, Whirling Blades will be our movement skill. You can either 3-link this in our dagger or shield, or 4-link it in Insanity Gloves with blood magic for infinite Whirling Blades. Once we're Slayer we always be at full life even with blood rage and using blood magic Whirling Blades. In our boots we will socket Ancestral Protector, Enfeeble, Immortal Call and cast when damage taken support. Your boots are just some nice utility. Defensive Enfeeble cursing as well as Immortal Call both in level 1 cast when damage taken support and a self-cast Ancestral Protector for bosses and tanky rares. Jewels and Abyss Jewels. Might of the Meek is more life and more damage than a perfectly rolled former jewel. They are extremely affordable for what they are and they are definitely best in slot for these two locations. The lower one cancels out only Sentinel, which is basically just 10% all resistances. Definitely worth it for this build. Hatred Watcher's Eye Jewel are extremely useful for this build. The best mod being critical strike chance while affected by hatred, the second best would be physical damage converted to cold damage, followed by penetration and flat added cold damage. For regular jewels you want the following mods prioritized in this order: life percentage, projectile damage, attack speed while holding a shield, attack speed, crit multiplier, global damage, global physical damage or any resistances or stats you might need like intelligence and strength. For Abyss jewels you want the following mods prioritized in this order: attack speed if you've dealt a critical strike recently, flat life, attack speed, flat physical damage to attacks or any resistances or stats you might need. Flasks. Our 4 base flasks are Diamond Flask with Bleed Immunity, a Series Promise for extra chaos damage and some leech, the Wise Oak to get both offensive and defensive flask effects, and the Taste of Hate for extra cold damage. Here is a small Wise Oak tutorial. With all our flasks up, our uncapped resistances should all be the same amount in order to get full functionality out of our Wise Oak flask. You need to check your items to ensure this happens. When it's all said and done, you might have to rebuy some items or use a good amount of Divine Orbs, but it's worth it. The last of our 5 flasks is either a Sulfur Flask if you're a Raider with Freeze and Chill immunity, a Silver Flask if you're Deadeye with Freeze and Chill immunity. If you don't use Whirling Blades, use a Quicksilver Flask of Adrenaline for more movement speed, or use a Rumi's Concoction for bosses to add another small layer of defense. A detailed skill tree plan, leveling advices and gear choices while leveling are listed in AhFack thread on the official Path of Exile forum. Links are given in the description below. Ascendancy points. For our Ascendancy points we're gonna take Strength and Dexterity plus passive point for turn 1, Duelist Ascendancy Slayer plus Dexterity for turn 2, passive point plus Ranger Ascendancy Raider for turn 3, and passive point plus Path of the Ranger for turn 4. Pantheon Powers. We're gonna take Soul of Arakali as our Major God since we are weak against damage over time and we also run Blood Rage. Having a low level cast when damage taking Immortal Call setup while running Blood Rage allows us to continuously proc the Arachnoxia 50% increased life recovery rate. Very handy for us. There isn't any superior minor god, but I'm going with Soul of Shakari for mapping just because the only chaos resistance we have is from Series Promise. For Shaper and Elder I use Soul of Hugel to help avoid shield freeze and have 5% reduced cold damage taking. Bandit choice. Kill them all. Thanks for watching my video. I would greatly appreciate your support with a simple like on this video, your thoughts and feelings about the content itself in a comment. On top of that, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos from me in the future. It is totally free, so become a part in our great community. A big thanks to AhFack for creating the guide and providing me with the footage for our project. You can find all kinds of God mode PoE on his YouTube channel, so check it out. Take care and have a great day.
my will, and you shall obey my order. To save the future, the past must be sacrificed.